Hey Commanders Nation! Before we dive into one of the wildest trade proposals of the offseason, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update about your Washington Commanders. We're breaking news, dropping insider scoops, and giving you that fan-first coverage all year long. Now let's talk about what could be the boldest move yet from Adam Peters. A blockbuster trade for all-pro pass rusher Trey Hendrickson that could either launch us into a Super Bowl or mortgage our future. Let's start with the facts. Trey Hendrickson is fed up in Cincinnati. The four-time Pro Bowler has made it crystal clear. He feels the Bengals broke promises about his contract, and now he's gone on a media tirade, blasting the team. With negotiations cut off and the relationship crumbling, trade rumors are swirling. And guess who's right in the thick of it? That's right, your Washington Commanders. According to NFL analyst Mike Moraitis from Sporting News, the Commanders are seen as a realistic landing spot for Hendrickson. The proposed deal? Dorrance Armstrong Jr., a 2026 first-round pick. And in return, Washington gets Trey Hendrickson plus a mid-round draft selection. Let that sink in for a second. This is a win-now move. A huge swing for a defensive force who has averaged over 12 sacks per year since 2020. This move would be seismic. Trey Hendrickson isn't just another edge rusher, he's a game changer. Washington's pass rush has been missing that elite threat off the edge since the team traded Montez Sweat, Chase Young last year. Dorrance Armstrong Jr. was brought in to help fill that void, but despite a strong motor and flashes of production, he only posted a 14% pass rush win rate in 2024. Hendrickson? He lives in the backfield. This guy wrecks offensive game plans. He brings relentless pressure, veteran savvy, and a chip on his shoulder, especially after how things have unfolded in Cincinnati. Plug him into Dan Quinn's aggressive 4-3 scheme, and you've got a defensive front that could feast on opposing quarterbacks. Pair him with Jonathan Allen, Darren Payne, and potentially rookie phenom Michael Williams, and suddenly this defense looks like it's built for January football. But make no mistake, this is a gamble. A big one. Adam Peters has already been aggressive this offseason, trading for Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, and Marshawn Lattimore. Those moves drained Washington's draft capital significantly. Now, with the 2026 first-round pick potentially on the table for Hendrickson, the Commanders would be all in. That kind of move says one thing: Super Bowl or bust. And while Hendrickson brings undeniable talent, he's 30 years old and will command a new contract extension. Can Washington afford that on top of the money? Tied to Tunsil, Samuel, Lattimore, and soon Jaden Daniels, that's the balancing act. But if you believe this window is right now, maybe the risk is worth the reward. And let's not forget, the 2025 schedule is brutal. Washington's incredible 11-6 turnaround in 2024 was made possible in part by a last-place schedule. This year, not so lucky. According to Bleacher Reports, Mo Moton, the Commanders will face 7 2024 playoff teams, including the Chiefs, Lions, Eagles, twice, and Packers. They've also got 8 standalone games, including 5 in prime time, a Christmas Day clash, an international game, and a Saturday special. That's a gauntlet. And with all eyes now on Jaden Daniels and this revamped roster, there's no sneaking up on anyone anymore. That's why Moraitis' trade proposal makes sense. The Commanders need more star power to survive this minefield and make another deep postseason push. Hendrickson could be the final piece. Here's where the conversation gets interesting. Adam Peters has built this roster with a delicate mix of youth and veterans. Jaden Daniels is still on a rookie deal, which gives the Commanders a financial edge for now. But that won't last. If you're going to strike gold, it has to be while your quarterback is cheap, your team is hungry, and your momentum is real. Washington already shocked the league once, climbing from 4-13 to the NFC Championship game. But can they do it again? Can they thrive under the pressure of expectation? Bringing in Hendrickson would send a message to the locker room, the fan base, and the entire league that Washington isn't just a one-year wonder. They're here to dominate. That said, the margin for error is razor thin. One wrong move, and it could set the franchise back years. No first-rounder in 2026, a chunk of cap space tied to aging stars, and no guarantees Hendrickson even replicates his Bengals production in a new system. But if he does, this could be the move that gets Dan Quinn his ring. All offseason long, the spotlight has been on Jayden Daniels, and rightfully so. The rookie phenom is the future of the franchise. Add to that names like Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, and Marshawn Lattimore joining the squad, and it's easy to overlook one of last season's biggest surprises, Zach Ertz. When Washington signed the 34-year-old tight end to a one-year deal in 2024, the move was met with cautious optimism. Some fans saw it as a depth signing, a locker room presence. Others flat out thought he was done. But guess what? Zach Ertz proved every single doubter wrong. The Commanders didn't just get a veteran, they got a high IQ, dependable, clutch pass catcher who quickly became one of Jayden Daniels' most trusted targets. Ertz put together his best season since 2019, and it wasn't even close. Over 80 catches, 809 receiving yards, and a Pro Football Focus receiving grade of 72.5. Not bad for someone many thought was washed, and it wasn't just about the stats. Ertz came through in the big moments. Need a third down conversion? Daniels looked for 86. Red zone threat? Ertz again. 2-minute drill? You already know. He finished in the top 10 in targets among all tight ends. That's not just impressive. That's elite production for any player, let alone a 34-year-old tight end on a supposed prove-it deal. It was clear early on. Ertz wasn't just here to mentor, he was here to ball out. A huge reason for Ertz's immediate impact. Familiarity with Cliff Kingsbury's offensive system. These two already had chemistry from their time together in Arizona, and that connection translated instantly in Washington. Ertz knew the offense inside and out, and that allowed him to focus on building timing and trust with Jayden Daniels. And Daniels? He quickly learned what Carson Wentz and Kyler Murray already knew. Zach Ertz is the ultimate safety valve. Smart, disciplined, and always where he needs to be. Kingsbury's scheme thrives on versatile tight ends who can read coverage and sit in soft zones. That's exactly what Ertz does better than almost anyone. Washington saw enough last season to hand Ertz another one-year deal. That's not just a thank you contract. That's a trust contract. And Ertz is treating it like anything but a farewell tour. In fact, when asked about retirement, Ertz was quick to shut it down. He's not thinking about hanging it up. He's thinking about winning. I feel like I've got more to give. He told reporters this spring, I'm having fun again. This team has something special brewing. And you can see it in his tone, in his body language, and especially in his work ethic. He's not here for one last paycheck. He's here to help this team compete. Beyond what Ertz does on the field, his impact in the locker room is just as valuable. He's taken Jayden Daniels under his wing. He's helped guide younger guys like Ben Sinnott, the promising second-round pick from Kansas State, and continues to set the tone in meetings, film sessions, and on the practice field. Teammates have called him another coach on the field. And that's not an exaggeration. You can't teach what Ertz brings. The poise, the professionalism, and the understanding of what it takes to win in this league. When things get tough late in the season, veterans like Ertz make the difference between a playoff run and a collapse. So what does the rest of the TE depth chart look like heading into this season? John Bates will handle the primary blocking duties. He's a physical presence who thrives in run support and short yardage situations. Ben Sinnott, the rookie, is expected to take a big leap, and the coaching staff is excited about his upside. But make no mistake, Zach Ertz is still TE1 when it comes to trust and production. That's not changing unless someone forces the issue, and so far, no one has. Here's the thing. Every great offense has a guy who doesn't get the headlines, but shows up when it matters most. For this Commanders team, that guy might just be Zach Ertz. With all the attention on Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and the explosive rookie quarterback, Ertz is going to see favorable matchups every single week. Safeties and linebackers will be so worried about the outside threats, they'll forget about 86 sitting quietly in the seam. And when they do, that's where Jaden Daniels will make them pay. This offense is built to spread the ball, and with Ertz's sure hands, precise route running, and clutch DNA, he might be the most important safety net in the entire NFC East. So now we turn it over to you, Commanders fans. Should Washington go all in and trade for Trey Hendrickson? Would you give up Dorrance Armstrong and a 2026 first-round pick to make it happen? Or do you think it's too risky? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from every single one of you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more Commanders coverage, and tap the notification bell so you're always first to know when the next big move drops. This team is different. The culture has changed, and the window is wide open. Let's ride Commanders Nation. Hail to the Commanders!